Hello, my name is Gavin. I am a freshman this year, and this is my first year here at Marq. Although I have not fully decided on the title of my project, I am currently calling it Witch Origins and Witch Trials. For my driving question, I will be answering, how has witchery changed over time and what are some of the struggles it has faced? As for my sustainable development goal, I decided to choose number 4, quality education. The reason behind this is that I feel it suits my project's purpose the best, as well that I would enjoy teaching others about witchery too. It is quite an intriguing topic, or at least it is to me, although perhaps choosing this idea was more difficult than I anticipated, as pinning exact dates of events and numbers is very challenging, as the history is quite foggy. Likes, challenges, and research. I have done quite an amount of research, and I have learned some very intriguing and exciting things, as well as some unsettling things. One piece of evidence that I have discovered that is very intriguing to me would include that the times of witch trials may be compared to modern-day xenophobia, which is the fear of those who are different. Thinking about it, these two do share quite a bit of similarity. Despite the challenges, I have enjoyed working on this project. Currently, I have put 35 hours into this. I would say that my favorite part so far is being able to learn more about witchery. Although my topic has not been quite what I believed I desired to learn about, I still have really enjoyed learning about the history of witchcraft and its development. It has been something that has caught my interest for quite some time now. Of course, there have been struggles too. My most challenging part of the project has been being able to pin exact numbers. For instance, it's nearly impossible to pin the exact number of those who have been executed, due to little to no evidence remaining to assist. My thoughts and feelings. Despite being surprisingly far into my project, I would still enjoy continuing to add on. One item included in my to-do list is to discuss more events of pre- and post-witch trials. I have talked quite an amount of witch trials, yet I would prefer not to focus my entire project solely on them. But of course, if push comes to shove, it's always acceptable to backtrack and change your plans and ideas. Personally, it sounds really exciting to do, but a lot more work would be needed in the long run. What are my feelings about presenting my final product? Well, it's quite a mixed bag of emotions. Don't get me wrong, of course, I am very ecstatic to present my findings to others, but I'm very anxious too. In modern day society, not everybody believes in the craft compared to the past. I feel it is more of a sensitive topic to discuss, and some may think of you as insane or strange for your beliefs in the craft. Now, I will be presenting a few slides in my final product. You may think of it as a sneak peek. What is witchery/witchcraft, and what is a witch? Witchery and witchcraft have a similar, almost exact meaning: the practice of using spell work and magic. Another definition of witchcraft may include the changing of everyday events using the powers of the supernatural or magical forces. The historic definition of a witch describes them as one who causes harm to others by mystical means. Despite popular belief, this is a false definition. A witch is someone who is believed to have magic or supernatural powers. Despite the two being similar, witches and Wicca are two separate things. Wiccans are witches, but not all witches are Wiccan. They can be part of other religions, such as Christianity, for example. The Burning Times/the Witch Hunts. The Burning Times, also known as witch fever/witch mania, had a devastating impact on witchery. It was a time of mass hysteria. Witchery was already greatly misunderstood for doing evil, nefarious acts rather than a religion about earth and nature that it actually was about. It's not exactly clear what caused the whole hysteria, but one big contributing factor could be that people were blaming witches for their misfortunes. Their knowledge wasn't as high as today's generations, and the mass majority of people believed in magic, even if they were rich or poor, well-educated or not. They often believed that black magic was the cause of all these terrible incidents occurring, which meant the work of witches, of course. Churches saw using witch trials to lure new members into. Many of those accused and punished had evidence used of very low standards, or spiritual evidence. But what exactly was witch fever? It was a time of uncontrollable anxiety and hatred towards witchery and those who utilized it. It was also the time of countless witch hunts. It began in what was believed around 1300 AD and ended in around 1700 AD. Now that's a long time. Henry VIII's Act of 1542 was the first to clarify it as a crime. Those who were punished against the crime were sentenced to death. Many were burned at the stake, hence why the name is called the Burning Times. It's not exactly clear how many were accused nor executed, but an estimate is around 80,000 people executed, and 85% of were women. One thing is for sure, though, it was devastating for communities. Unfortunately, this is all I have time for, so I will leave this here for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I mentioned earlier, I am very excited to present my final product, yet I am anxious too. Oh well. I hope to see you at the next presentation fest.